Earlier this afternoon, I did our weekly check-in with Burlington Mayor Marianne Meed Ward, and we chatted downtown parking and Canada Day festivities, but first had to kick things off with the literal hot topic of the week, the weather.
Well, it should be considered a standard feature of every new housing for sure, because the kinds of heat that we're seeing in the 30s, upwards of the 30s, if you're on the top floor of, say, my house, old house, where the air conditioning doesn't always reach. But it's actually a very serious issue. You know, I want everybody to make sure that they're staying hydrated, staying cool. And so what we do here at the city is that we open our library branches as cooling centers. So come on in, grab a book, grab a CD, watch a movie, come in and get cool, right? And so it's during operating hours only, of course, but we do offer that to residents. So there's no need to suffer at home alone in the heat. Come on out to one of our facilities.
And the good thing is the heat is supposed to break shortly, so hopefully people can get through this and we don't get much more of it. But, you know, we're only in June at this point, so we'll see what the rest of the summer brings about. Let's talk about parking in downtown Burlington. The parking plan, we spoke about it before, but it continues to progress. What does it encompass? And it seems that now the city is looking for residents' feedback on what types of things.
We want to know, what people's experience with parking is, some of the different options to make it easy and seamless. You know, I sat on the Downtown Parking Advisory Committee for 8 years when I was a city councilor. And the one thing that, two things I learned, heaven is a place where you never have to talk about parking again. And also that people don't come downtown to park. Parking is a means to some other end. And so we want to make sure that it is easy, well understood, seamless. And so we're asking people, what's your experience? Were you able to find a spot? Were you able to, use the parking apps to pay for your parking? Could things be communicated differently? We have sensors under all of our parking spaces that are supposed to direct you. If this lot's full, go to this lot. How is all that working? And that will also help us to determine, do we need to build more parking? So a portion of the fees that we collect from fines and from parking fees go into a reserve to help build future parking. And of course, the downtown businesses also contribute to that reserve because they're not required to provide on-site parking. So everybody pays a little bit into that. And so is it time to build a new structure, or could we use some of that money to partner with a new development, a condo, build a floor of public parking there? So these are all the kinds of things that are being discussed, but mostly we want to understand, how do people get downtown? How does parking help that? And are there things that we can do to improve that experience?
Gotta say, I love the apps, because the last thing you want to do is when you're in BPAC and you're in the middle of something and it's like, oh no, my parking is going to expire. Now you just click on the app and here we go. We can
Yep.
tap up and top up the parking, that is.
That's right.
This weekend, well, weird this year because Canada Day is, of course, on Tuesday, so it's kind of awkward. But the annual Canada Day event is happening in Burlington. For those who wish to take part, what is happening? For those who do not wish to take part, please inform them about the road closures so they don't freak out.
Yes, there will be a lot of roads closed starting at first of all, 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. at night. Obviously, Lakeshore Road is going to be closed downtown for the fireworks. We want to make sure that people, we usually get thousands of people in the park. We want to make sure they can get home safely crossing those roads. So find another way, I think, would be the best advice that I can give anyone. Find another way to get downtown. Park. If you have to drive, park far outside the downtown core. There's very limited supply. We can't possibly provide enough parking for the people who will want to visit. So there are shuttle services, there's public transit. If you want to ride your bike, there's places to lock up or get someone to drop you off. and you'll get in and out much better. So there's also the annual road running race starting in the morning, 9 o'clock down in Spencer Smith Park. A full day of activities. Official opening ceremonies are at 4 p.m. I will be kicking those off. Music, activities for the family, and of course topped off with both a drone show, a new item that we have added, and also traditional fireworks. So we do a little bit of both.